Hi, this is Jason Conoval from Venom Power, and welcome to part 11 of the Venom BCMS video tutorial series. In this video, we will take a closer look at the battery fleet reports that are available and accessed from the inventory page. To access our inventory, we must have an active internet connection, and we can get here by clicking on Inventory in the desktop software or by logging into our account at www.venombcms.com and clicking Inventory. As the inventory page loads, notice that there are three subpages, including Batteries, which is the default landing page, Faults, and Maintenance. In a previous video, we covered the Batteries section of the inventory page. However, I wanted to briefly cover this again for those of you just joining us. I first want to point out the Export feature, which provides us with a summary of usage in CSV format for each battery within our current filtered region. Keep this in mind as we continue on, as there are filters that can be applied to refine the list of batteries being viewed based on our needs. These additional filters that I mention are available through the graphical battery status summary shown on the right side of the page. We can click on any one of these, and as we do, you will notice that our list of inventory batteries is updated according to the selection that we just made. To return back to our default view showing all active batteries, we can select the Clear Filters button. Please note, with the list filtered to show retired batteries, this button will appear as Show Active. Taking a closer look at this section, you will notice that we have Standard and Venom Commercial Series as part of the battery fleet summary. All batteries will be grouped as standard batteries, including DJI packs, except for Venom Commercial Series BMS batteries, which are grouped accordingly. The degraded packs, or those that have fallen to 85% or less of the initial capacity readings taken from our initial service cycles, will be grouped here accordingly, as will end-of-life packs, which are those that have fallen to 80% or less of the initial service cycles. Batteries with active or unacknowledged faults will also be grouped here accordingly, and the same is true for retired battery packs. The Fault History section breaks down faults on a more granular level to provide a summary for each fault type, including historic faults, which have been previously acknowledged, and active faults, which have not yet been acknowledged. We can click through this section to filter our list of batteries according to the fault type, and once we do, we can return to the default view by selecting Clear Filters. Now let's move over to the fleet level fault report by selecting the Fault section towards the top of the page. Similar to the fault report available at the item level, here we are given a summary of faults that covers the entirety of our battery fleet. Once again, there are filter options available to help us quickly get to the information we desire, as well as an export option to bring the data out in CSV format. Please keep in mind that with any filter set, the data export will be limited only to the data that is part of the current filter region. For this report, we also include a search feature which can be used to locate data for a specific battery by starting to type either the battery name or the battery serial number. Additionally, the column headers provide us with the means for sorting the data being viewed. Also, by clicking on the battery name, we are directed to the fault report for the battery chosen, which provides greater detail than the summary report we were just viewing. Moving over to the fleet maintenance report by selecting the maintenance section towards the top of the page, here we are presented with the current status report for each battery in our fleet. So while the maintenance report available at the inventory item level shows how capacity has changed over time, in this fleet level report we provide a snapshot in time to show the current capacity percentage along with other useful summary metrics. Once again, the column headers provide us with the means for sorting the data being viewed. Also, by clicking on the battery name, we are directed to the maintenance report for the battery chosen, which provides greater detail than the summary report that we were just viewing. As was the case with the fleet level fault report, there are filter options available to help us get to the information we desire quicker, as well as an export option to bring the data out in CSV format. Please keep in mind that with any filter set, the data exported will be limited to the data that is part of the current filter region. For this report, we also include a search function which can be used to locate data for a specific battery by starting to type either the battery name or the battery serial number. This concludes part 11 of the Venom BCMS video tutorial series, and please stay tuned for future content. Until then, safe charging.